This is my intro. It's just TK. What? Make sure you subscribe and like and share. Toodles. Peace and blessings. Holler. This is my intro. This is my intro. It's just TK. Just TK. Subscribe. Hey guys, it's just TK. I am so sorry for recording it this way. I did not know it was the wrong way that I had, but I am showing you that we are going to be making egg rolls and fried rice. So these bean sprouts, are really good. I love them. And soy sauce, sesame sauce, fish oil or fish sauce. The coleslaw, just because we wanted to do it a little bit more easy, so we didn't have to shred up anything. And then we have the meats. My husband is the one who eats pork, so he got salt pork. We also had steak, and we also had shrimp and chicken. We only made shrimp and chicken egg rolls, but we did put steak in the fried rice. So keep watching for more details. All right, so let's get right into it. So my husband already cut up the steak. We had the chicken fillet, I think I showed you in the previous clip. We did about 3, I believe, for the egg rolls. And then we just put it in the mix. He is now cutting that up. Yes, we love Dunkin' Donuts. This is not sponsored. But Dunkin' Donuts, if you want us to be on your team, let us know. And ginger ale is not sponsored either. Oh, ginger ale makes everything better. At this point as well, as you can see, we have the olive oil spray, but my husband stated that for the rice, he should have used like a little bit of oil instead of continuing to spray the pan. And I will talk about that when we get to the rice part. This right now is for the egg roll, not the steak. The steak is for the rice, but the chicken was for the egg rolls. So yeah, it's coming up good. So you make sure it's nice and brown. Tenza, not overcooked, because it will be getting cooked just a little bit more once it gets put in the rice or the egg rolls, because the egg rolls will be deep fried. In the rice, it will be fried rice, but it will also be in a skillet. We also made some shrimp. Like I said, we didn't want to overcook the shrimp, so we just did it for a little while, put it on a plate, let it rest and sit until it's ready for the egg rolls or the rice, whichever one you're using it for. And these ones were for the egg roll, not the steak, the shrimp that were just showed. This is actually going to be for the egg rolls. We shredded up. You can cut them up a little bit more if you wanted a little bit more pieces within it. It worked really well for us, cutting it how my husband cut it, so I can't complain. Now, as you can see, we did not put too much seasoning on it, because in the rice, once it gets cooked and everything like that, we started to put it in the rice. Those are the bean sprouts. This is the cabbage that we use. Sorry for my camera being the wrong way again. And these egg rolls they did phenomenal. We basically put all the meats, like I said, we cooked them enough. I would say probably about like 93 to 94% cooked, because then it'll do the rest once it's in either the rice or either in the wrap for the egg rolls. It does have instructions on the back of it. It's really easy to wrap them up. Just be a little bit gentle with it, just because it can break with the cabbage. Like when I first did it, it was horrible. Like my first one, it did break a few times, but you have to be like, you have to be not manhandle it, but you have to kind of like be a little bit tough and soft at the same time, if that makes any sense at all. So basically I got 2 bowls because we were going to have 2 ones, which this did not make any sense. And I'll just tell you why, unless you're going to do 2 different bins or cookie trays for it, because we didn't know which one was chicken and we didn't know which one was shrimp. Luckily, everyone in my house eats shrimp and chicken, so that didn't matter. Now for the pork ones, because my husband eats pork, I don't know if I show you that throughout this video, but I'm pretty sure I do. he eats pork, so his was definitely like in a different bin. He made his last just because if anything were to get into the grease, he didn't want us to like be sick or whatever. Also, he made a little bit for his rice as well, so he set it off. I don't know if you guys call it like house rice, but that's what we call it back home as well as down south, for me. So basically we did two different bowls. We put fish oil, or I think it's fish oil, sesame oil, I believe it is, and then soy sauce in it. I would say like pretty much the fish oil is really strong, but I think I put like 10 dabs of it. For the soy sauce, I put about 15 like dabs of it. You kind of just, when your ancestors say, you know, chill out with it, you just chill out with it. And also what we did is we made the batch first and then we tried it. So we made like one of each first. We tried it and seen if it needed anything else. And I will say that it needed a little bit of salt on it. My husband was telling me right here, like, you can put a little bit more soy sauce in it. So that's what I did. And that's why I said I put about 15 to maybe 20, like, you know, squirts of it in there. Then you basically put bean sprouts, the coleslaw, the seasonings that you want of your choice. You can also add any other vegetables at this point. Whatever you pretty much want. It's like the world is yours with these egg rolls. Like, you don't have to go by anyone's recipe. Now, I do want to say that the egg did help bind it up. So we did whip one egg in each, basically. And that worked really well. And then what we did also is put another egg in another bowl. We did whip it up, or beat it up rather. And then that was going to be for the outside to make it kind of hold and stick for the wrap, basically. So as you can see, I'm just getting it together. So my husband started on wrapping. You do have to be careful of how much you put in it because, again, like I said, it is kind of delicate, but it's also strong, if that makes any sense. So you basically get a little bit out, you put it in the square, you do the egg wash around the corners, and I would say making it into like a little bit of a log, if that makes any sense, and then wrapping it made it a lot easier. My husband is cutting up some more green onions as well as, I believe, onions. My camera was acting crazy. It did it in slow motion while he was putting it in the fryer, I mean the pan that was full of the hot oil. I don't know why it went in slow motion, but that's what it did. And this is the only footage I have, I think, of it. And so basically what we did is we made sure they were golden brown. And as you can see in the back pan, that is a salt pork that he also put in his. Basically, they did rise really, really quickly. I would say no longer than 5 to 10 minutes. Just make sure it's golden brown on both sides. And basically what we did, my husband made a little invention. He basically wanted them to cook, you know, throughout. So he basically put the spoons on top of it to let it fry. These, how they came out. They came out so good. They looked like real egg rolls. I was so shocked. Like, I wish you guys could have seen my reaction because I was like a kid in the candy store when these came out. So then we put it on the cooking sheet, and then we put it in the oven just to kind of keep them heated while we started on the fried rice. So my husband made 3 eggs. You're gonna kind of scramble them. You can turn your heat to about medium high if you wanted to, just so you can cook it really quickly. And then basically he let it kind of sit for a minute. Then he started to stir again to make them scrambled. I don't remember I don't think he whipped them. So like, they don't have to be like fluffy per se, but if you want them fluffy, you can whip it in a bowl first and then put it in. But he just basically cracked the eggs open on the hot skillet and did as such. So basically, as you see here, like I said, he just like, he's a chef. I don't know if I ever told you guys that, but he is a chef. He did go to culinary school, culinary high school, all that. So, or that was his trade in school. So he does like different techniques and things like that. I really want him to do like more cooking videos. So we'll see if he will grace us with his presence. But so you're basically making sure that these eggs are 110% done. And as you already see, because he already chopped up the onions, the green onions, we already had the chicken and the steak already made. And like I said, it was probably made about 95%. And then the rest was just kind of heating it through again, and we're going to season and everything like that. Then he did take the eggs out, and he did not cook the shrimp yet, because the shrimp takes like, in a blink of an eye, you know, shrimp will be done like in 2 to 3 minutes. So he did not cook the shrimp through. And at this point, this is what I was talking about earlier, he stated that he should have put like either oil in the pan instead of the spray, because he ended up using like a lot of the spray, and I don't think he was a fan of that at that moment. But he did really, really well. Again, he cut up everything. Like I said, he was kind of like prepping as he was going. So like when one thing was getting done, he was prepping and doing the onions and the peppers, so that he wouldn't have to like do that now, you know, while it was overheating or what may have you. So we did just put the eggs away at this time, just put it in a bowl. He sprayed it again and sprayed it again. Just so I can kind of get some little juices going and flowing. So I think at this point he did put the shrimp in. So he put the shrimp and the regular onions in. He did not put the green onions in just yet. And we are waiting for that to cook. So as you can see, he's still making it. So I would say that was for about 5 minutes, maybe, if that. You should be able to tell, like when your shrimp is almost done, then you would put in the other meats. So that's what he did there. So that's the chicken and the steak. And then he's just making sure that it's getting, you know, cooked the rest of the way through. I don't know if I put the seasonings that he used. He usually just used like onion powder, garlic powder, and then he did use the sauces that we used for the egg roll mix as well. So like the sesame seed oil, or the sesame oil, I believe it is. I don't know if it's sesame seed. The sesame oil, the fish oil, and then the soy sauce. And you basically are doing it to your liking. And then that's the fish oil. And then he basically just did it. Like I said, you taste a little bit like as you go along, because everything is fully cooked. We had the rice in the refrigerator overnight, and that is the best secret that he could have ever told me. It made it so good. It was like we really were eating Chinese food at this point. Then he put the eggs in, then he put the green onions in. It looks so presentable and so pretty. And basically, you're just doing it to your taste. Like if we felt like we needed a little bit more salt or pepper, we would have done so. But I think at this point, it was pretty much perfect, so we didn't need it. Also, like maybe like 10 to 15 minutes probably for the whole thing, because like I said, everything is pretty much already done, and you're just making sure it's getting a good color to it and a good flavor to it. This is how the rice turned out. It was amazing. And this is my plate. It looks so good. It was really, really good, and we ate it for like 2 to 3 days. But thanks for watching. Make sure you guys come back soon. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye, guys.